Hey guys, happy Monday. Wanted to give you a few updates for this week since I won't see you in class until Thursday. First of all, we have our FFA updates, announcements. This week we're going to the state FFA convention Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. That's where I'm at today. And so that's going on. But our big event that's left for everybody is our FFA banquet, which is next week. It's next Tuesday, May 14th, 6 o'clock down to the fairgrounds. Your parents, family are all invited. We're having a whole hog feast. Rib crib side is going to be a great deal. And as ninth graders, you'll receive your Green Hand FFA degree if you're in attendance. And yes, attendance at our banquet is required in order to receive awards. A couple of deadlines with that. You have until this Friday to submit your RSVP if you want to come. So if you don't RSVP by this Friday, I'm going to print awards over the weekend and your name won't be on those. So I encourage you, if you're going to come, to RSVP by Friday. Our proficiency awards, we all know what our SAEs are. If you want to be considered for a Chad Proficiency Award, you have until this Thursday to fill that out. And if you have pictures that you want on our banquet slideshow, you have until this Thursday to do that. Now, we talked about our semester final, and if you look on Google Classroom, or not Google Classroom, my weekly update email, there are two links, and they're actually identical when you pull them up, but they're not quite the same. And it's called a Proficiency Award application. And so this is where you pick one of these categories. You write me several paragraphs in different areas telling me what you did this year and upload a picture of you doing said project. Okay. You don't have to do this until I get back. I'll give you some time in class if you want to work on it. But if you would like to be considered for banquet and actually get an award, a proficiency award at our banquet for this needs to be filled out by this Thursday. I'm probably going to give you until, next Wednesday or so to fill it out if you're not wanting to be recognized at banquet. And so, those two links, one says awards, one says for not competing. So that's your choice right there. Okay. So this week, I always save this for the very end of the year in ninth grade. So, we're 2 more weeks left for my time teaching you. Many of you I've had for 2 years. And we've covered all kinds of controversial things in agriculture. We've talked about disconnects between agriculture and the public, especially your generation. Most of Gen Z looks on agriculture in a negative light. About 70% look at agriculture in a negative light. And so sometimes I know I'm biased in my teachings. I have my beliefs just like you do. And so I want to show you a video that's a little bit different. It's called Food Inc. And this video kind of questions elements of agriculture, large scale, what we call factory farms or large-scale corporate agriculture. It talks about the impacts of agriculture on the environment. And I'm going to be completely frank. I want to show you both sides of an issue. So I'm not going to say that many of these things in the videos mirrors my beliefs, but it mirrors a lot of Americans' beliefs. And it might mirror what some of you guys believe. And so this video is going to take about 2 days to play. During class, I just want you to watch. Your Chromebook should be closed. At the end of the hour today, you're going to write me a short paragraph summary of what you watched, what you saw. That's going to be due on Google Classroom. Tomorrow, we'll watch the second half of that. And then you're going to write me kind of a summary of your opinions. How do you feel about this? Do you agree? Do you disagree with some of this stuff? How do you think it portrays agriculture? What do we do moving forward? How do we address some of these things? This isn't a new movie by any means, but the issues are still prevalent to our country today. Once again, I want to know your opinions. If they're different than mine, that's fantastic. I don't care. What I want you to do is really, what I'm looking for is really depth of thought, that you really look into what's questioned in this movie about agriculture, and respond to that. And so that's going to be Monday and Tuesday of this week. Wednesday, we're going to look at organic agriculture and its impact. That's a big one today. And so conventional agriculture is what most of us use in agriculture. We might spray weed killer, which herbicides, we might spray pesticides. We may put down synthetic fertilizers, for which the number one ingredient in synthetic fertilizers is actually petroleum. And so we might put those things down. We may treat agriculture with that. But organic agriculture doesn't do any of that. No synthetic fertilizers. Instead, we might put cow poop down. No weed killers. So there's some alternatives to that. We can spray hot water. We can pull weeds. We can till. We can control burn. There's lots of options to that. We're not going to give antibiotics to animals. We're not going to use GMOs. And it's very interesting because a lot of people feel like this is a safer agriculture. On the flip side of that, it does decrease production. There's a reason we use those practices in agriculture. And so, excuse me. So I want you to check that out, and you're going to write me kind of a little summary of that. That's going to be our assignment on Wednesday. Each of these grades are worth about 75 points. This is going to be a large part of your grade closing out. These 3 days are going to be worth more than your semester final with your SAE. So I encourage you to pay attention, to put a lot of work into this. As always, it should go without said that I expect you to be so respectful to our substitute, treat them the way that they deserve. We know that every day I get your name on a list, that's going to be 2 days of detention. So if you act up these 3 days, you'll spend the last 6 days of school in detention. So let's not do that. Okay. I know you guys are all going to be great. With that, sub's going to put on Food Inc. All you got to do is close your computer and just watch this during class. And like I said, the last about 7-8 minutes, you'll write just a little summary on what you watched today. So with that in mind, enjoy.